Hello everyone, and now welcome to game number 4 in the series between Hawk vs WFZ. Game 4 taking place here on Nullwood, with WFZ currently taking a 2-1 lead in this best of series. WFZ spawning as the red undead on the top left hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Hawk is spawning over here on the bottom right, what I'll call at the 4 o'clock position. So this will be full cross spawns, making the map very, very large. Now, I believe this is the only 6-player map in the Battle.net letter map pool that is actually actively used by 1v1 games. We'll see how everything goes down here. Normally, in a map as large as this does tend to benefit the human player just a bit, just because of the sheer size and the amount of time he has to creep. It's very easy for a human player to militia creep out this mercenary creep camp here. Would have been better if he was actually up here instead of having to run all the way around these bushes, but this is still rather close for him. He also has the advantage of being close to a tavern if that ever becomes an issue. Taking a look at the Undead. Undead looks like he's going to be opening up with Ultra of Darkness there. It looks like it will be a Death Knight as the opening. Meanwhile, most likely an Archmage as the opening as well, as Hawk has really stuck to this particular build. Now, we are seeing an early Acolyte on its way out, moving around the map. Meanwhile, we do see a Militia also moving around, and doing a little bit of early scouting is always very important, but at the same time, on a map as large as this, you may accidentally give away your position because you are scouting. Now, this is going to be more bad news for Hawk. If Hawk accidentally comes across WFZ's Acolyte, WFZ will pretty much know that his opponent has done a full cross spawn. There you have it. There is the Militia. There is the Peasant. I don't know if the Acolyte actually saw the Peasant turn into a Militia or not, or a Militia turn into a Peasant or not, but that is going to be very, very important to note. Archmage now making a beeline move straight for the Goblin Merchant shops here. And this does have Null Wardens. This is going to be very, very important. If the Archmage actually has enough time to creep out these Null Wardens and these Null Wardens off to the north, that will give him plenty of opportunity to get to level 2. The Death Knight, realizing this, opting to go straight across the map to try and prevent his opponent from gaining any more experience. Death Knight takes down the Null Brute and the Null that also casts Purge, and the Death Knight now going to be coming down straight from the top. In the center of the health this time around, or center of the map this time around, we have a Fountain of Health as the Archmage now making his way over to this 3-1-1 creep camp. Alright, let's take a look. Archmage already dropping the Water Elemental. Militia getting a little bit there slow, and this is going to be important. If the Archmage can get to level 2, this is going to be a very, very big boost. Is it going to get to level 2? Currently down by 8 experience. Picks up the Tome, and now going after the Null Poachers. Going to be able to do exactly that. Gets to level 2, and now the Death Knight is going to be doing a little bit of chasing. Death Coil onto the Archmage. Archmage just going to regenerate those hit points rather easily, though. And that Archmage is now looking pretty strong at this stage, as reinforcements are going to be quite slow. Instead of a very, very fast, large number of Crypt Fiends, so we are actually going into a fast Halls of the Dead. Meanwhile, we can see that the skeletal minions, are they going to turn around? Yes, turn around and kills the sheep, just so that we could have 6 skeletal minions at a time. Now, the main problem here is that there is no easy way to dispel magic on all of these summoned units. The only way to really stop it is with that Arcane Tower, and that Arcane Tower is stationary, as the Archmage and Footman are just hiding in the shadows, waiting for the Death Knight to commit to a move. Alright, Militia now making their way down over here. The Acolytes, or the Skeletal Minion, does spot this, and this is going to be a big move here, as we can see the Skeletal Minions are now making their way down. Archmage wants to try and clear out this starting location. This is actually going to be a very, very big starting location. A Rock Golem is going to be blocking the position here, and here you have it, a second Rock Golem straight up onto that Archmage, as the Rock Golem did not decide to stun that unit there. Water Elemental getting taken down. The Troll High Priest now taken down, and that Troll High Priest now taken down as well. Death Knight on the board with some experience, as a Troll Shadow Priest taken down as well. Alright, let's take a look at this. The Rock Golem is going to get surrounded, and that Rock Golem, as you know, is magic immune, but the Death Knight gets the kill anyway and takes the Scroll of the Beast. Huge, huge loss, huge setback for Hawk, as Hawk now has to deal with a level 2 Death Knight after the Archmage did all the heavy lifting. Very bad news indeed, as the skeletal minion drops another Rod of Necromancy, and with all of these peasants so far away from home, there is no real sign of a militia call to try and reinforce. Skeletal minions now trying to make their way in. It's going to go ahead and do a lot of damage back down over here. Archmage being pulled back as the Death Knight gets in more and more damage. Let's take a look at this. The footman trying to finish off these skeletal minions. Another peasant goes down. Another peasant going to get taken down here, and there are still plenty of charges on that Rod of Necromancy. All right, Crypt Fiend's going to be backing away. You can see the Arcane Tower is being constructed. There is another charge now being used as the Archmage and the Death Knight now going blow to blow. All right, Archmage and Death Knight, but with the help of a Water Elemental, we'll be able to push that back. Footmen are now engaging. Death Knight now being forced to try and run away with all these units as the skeletal minions finish off get finished off here by the footman, and now Hawk needs to figure out how to heal back up. Death Knight knows how exactly to heal back up. He's going to be sitting at the Fountain of Health getting a relaxation treatment, and this is just extremely good news for the Death Knight as he is able to keep hit points on his Death Knight, something which is normally very, very difficult to do. Are we going to be getting web here? We could be getting web momentarily to try and take this down. Meanwhile, Death Knight comes in and engages. There's some skeletal minions. The skeletal minions able to slip away, and the Archmage, who was very, very low on hit points, now gets the health regeneration of that Fountain of Health. All right, already up to 300 hit points. It looks like that is going to be enough for him for now, as the footman now making a run back in. All right, there is one Arcane Tower. Arcane Tower getting in some early damage there. Perhaps should have been trying to focus down some of the lower hit point skeletal minions first. However, not going to matter. The skeletal minions going to get picking off one by one as this tower is completed. WFZ now with a level 2 Death Knight and most likely a Lich on the way. Yes, Lich is on the way, as the Death Knight does have some Crypt Fiends and is looking to push back against all of these footmen. Now, there is a lot of footmen here, and the army size of Hawk is fairly large at 39 compared to his opponent, who's sitting at 34. But with the addition of that Lich, that is going to be a very, very big hero with Frost Armor and Frost Nova, making it very difficult for the footmen to try and do any sort of fleeing. All right, let's take a look at this. Crypt Fiend now focusing down more units. Archmage cannot heal at the Fountain of Health any longer. It is daybreak, and now aggroing the creeps. What is he doing there? That made absolutely no sense, as now the footman gets a little bit of Frost Nova trouble. That is going to be a bit of a problem. Now all the units trying to run straight through a very, very difficult creep camp, and it looks like all those units will be able to make it back. Archmage may drop a Water Elemental here after pulling away the Red Drake. Now coming back down in from the other side. Death Knight does have a bit of a movement speed bonus and will get to level 3 off of this creep camp, as the Archmage has already fallen behind in the hero race. Arcane Vault off to the front here. This is going to be very, very strange, as the Archmage now taking a bit of a risk trying to creep, knowing that his opponent is simply around the corner. And with that, at the shop around the corner. Meanwhile, let's take a look at this. Death Knight sitting at level 3, Lich sitting at level 1. Crypt Fiends are in position as well, as the Red Drake still doing a little bit of chasing. This is not looking good at all. Both of the armies are now looking to press inside their opponent's base. Death Knight with level 3, Lich at level 1, Archmage sitting at level 3 now. Level 2 Water Elementals could make a big difference here, as the pressure is now starting to rise. Here you go. The guard towers are coming up, but it doesn't look like they will be up in time at all. Only one Arcane Tower. We should be seeing a Scroll of Town Portal coming back here. Crypt Fiends could be trying to repair, or we should be seeing a repair on this Arcane Tower. The Crypt Fiends getting in a lot of focus fire, and I'm not quite sure why this is not happening. Finally bringing over enough units to go ahead and repair. Guard towers are not yet done. You can see that the destroyers are already in position, and at the 9-minute mark, destroyers are just going to destroy this base, and there is the GG. WFZ takes the series 3-1. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.